Hey everyone, it's April 13th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with serial killer Joseph Paul Franklin, known as the serial sniper, most notorious for shooting Hustler founder Larry Flynt and killing at least 22 victims between 1977 and 1980, and that is him right up there. Born in 1950 as James Clayton Vaughn Jr., Franklin grew up poor in Mobile, Alabama, and suffered a head injury at the age of 7, with his father abandoning the family the next year. As a high schooler, he developed an interest in World War II Germany and the Klan, becoming a member of the latter organization, but quitting because he felt they weren't committing enough violent acts. In the 1960s, he read the German Leader's Manifesto, and it said that book, along with the writings of Charles Manson, inspired him to try and start a race war. But to the best of my knowledge, Clarence Thomas never had dinner at his house. He changed his name to Joseph Paul Franklin to honor two men he admired, Benjamin Franklin and Paul Joseph Goebbels. Those two have very little in common otherwise. Franklin sold racist literature and was involved in various factions of racist far-right politics, and first ran afoul of the law when he was 22, being convicted of carrying a concealed weapon in Virginia. Beginning in the 1970s, he began his efforts to start a race war, drifting up and down the East Coast seeking to kill minorities. In 1977, Franklin joined the Alabama National Guard because they either didn't believe in background checks or were fine with what they found. I'm not sure which is worse. That same year, he robbed a bank, using the funds to buy supplies to build a bomb. Franklin detonated a car bomb outside the home of a prominent Jewish activist, but luckily the family escaped with only minor injuries. Later that year, he firebombed a synagogue and shot into a crowd of attendees at another, killing one victim. Franklin carried out a string of bank robberies, using that money to buy weapons and ammunition. He would often lie in ambush outside synagogues, shooting at persons as they entered, or would stalk and ambush interracial couples, as he did in 1978, killing a black man and shooting his white girlfriend. While he killed at least 22 people, Franklin is best known for his attempted murder of two victims who survived: Urban League president Vernon Jordan Jr. and publisher of Hustler magazine Larry Flynt, who was paralyzed after the shooting. His crimes spanned 10 states, heading as far west as Utah and as far north as Ohio. He was finally arrested in Kentucky in 1980, but escaped from the police station and sold his blood at a blood bank to earn money while on the lam. But since Franklin had many racist tattoos, a blood bank worker in Florida took notice and informed the FBI, who captured him a few weeks later. He was convicted of murder in multiple states and on federal civil rights charges, ultimately admitting to 22 murders. His trials lasted all the way until 1997, since he was tried for murders in multiple states. By the end of his life, he had renounced his racist views, saying that by interacting with black men in prison, he saw that they were no different than he was. In one of his last interviews, he said that he was now serving the Lord and looked forward to being in the kingdom of heaven because he had repented. That realization, however, came too late for his 22 dead victims. After a delay due to problems acquiring the drug cocktail used for executions in Missouri, Franklin was executed via lethal injection in 2013, despite Larry Flynt calling for clemency due to his opposition to the death penalty. If this is your birthday, hope you have a great day. Leave me comments like I wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video. And to Joseph Paul Franklin, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.